Hey guys, welcome to Next Step Airsoft, and today I'm going to show you how to diagnose what's wrong with your gun. In this case, this gun makes the sound like this. That's obviously not a good sound, and I've already diagnosed the problem, and I found that the motor is shimmed improperly and it does not contact the gearbox. So I'm going to show you how to strip this down, get to the motor, shim it, and put it all back together. Now this is an Echo 1 mid-quality gun, which means all this is plastic, and a lot of these parts here don't actually work how they would on a real AK-47, but they look good and it's good. I have one over here that's like super realistic, and all of these do what they do on a real gun, and it's cool. It's also super heavy, so this is a good option for the players that aren't all out realistic. So the first thing I've done already is removed the battery holder, the battery cover here, and this is to cover the hop up right here. So this would sit on right here. And the next thing to do, I'm gonna unplug it here. Let's take these 4 screws out. Alright, there we go. Now, this is a feature that you're not going to have on super low quality, and if you're going for ultimate realism, you don't want to have. But this just slides out and pulls out like that, and none of this has to be taken apart to get to the motor and gearbox. So I'm going to set this over here. Now, next thing to do is we got to remove the fire selector, the pistol grip, and to take the gearbox out, because in AKs, as I will show you, the motor and the gearbox are hooked together. You want to be careful not to lose any parts here. There's a small little extender piece that locks it all together. You don't want to lose that. Now there's a screw on the bottom of the pistol grip. It's Phillips usually. Just going to unscrew that, and it just pulls off. And here you can see the gearbox wants to come out, and there's a wide and a skinny part in this hole. You have to slide it through the wide part, feed all this through, and there you have it. This wants to be loose and this wants to be loose, so either keep track of them on the gearbox or away from the gearbox, but don't lose them. Alright, so there's 2 screws, one here and one here, that hold the motor and the gearbox together. Now, if any of you are wondering, AKs use short type motor. Now it just pulls off. I'm gonna unplug it here. Now this is not a super great gearbox. It's metal and it'll hold up for a while. I'm gonna be ordering some parts to kind of upgrade it and make it a little more reliable. Hopefully I'll be putting that video out pretty soon. Now there's 2 more screws here, one here and one here. Need to take them out. And this housing just kind of comes apart. Now right here, I don't know if you can see that, there's a small flat metal disc. And that is what is shimming the motor now. And that is not enough. Don't want to lose this spring right here. So this is what was shimming it. And literally, all you need is something just a little thicker, like this nut right here. As you can see, it's thicker. And so, I'm just going to put it all back together with this little nut here rather than that flat plate. And there you have it. Now you just have to reverse. Now that spring goes right there and keeps all this nice and tight. And now we reverse everything we did. Alright, at this point we want to put the safety and the selector back onto the gun. And you want to make sure that these are lined up so that the last gears are hooked up to the last gears, so that when you get the gun all put back together, the selector switch works as it's supposed to. So now we slide it in. You want to make sure you can see that circle pretty well there. Alright, now the motor has two posts. There's one here and one here. And one of them is usually a red color. And you need to make sure that you get the red wire onto the red post. Otherwise your motor will turn backwards and the anti-reversal latch will catch and nothing will happen. Now I'm going to put the pistol grip back on. And then the screw that is in the bottom. And then the selector switch. First you got to put this little collar here in. And it only goes in one way, so don't force it. Set the selector switch on, which also goes only one way. And then tighten down the screw. There we go. Next, put this. Alright, so there are 4 nuts in these little slots here. You want to make sure you have all of those. Then you just slide it back in at a little angle. One of these nuts came out. There we go. I'm going to do it like this so I can watch my nuts so they don't fall out. And then just kind of locks together, and you put these 4 screws in. Alright, now I'm going to put all this back together here. Now this is missing a couple parts and this plastic piece is broken, so when you install this it could be a little different. So what I'm going to do is this bar goes into a little hole and there should be a spring in there. If there's not, then you're missing a part. And then this kind of locks over and covers all of the wires and the gearbox. Now, there used to be a screw that goes right there, but it is stripped out and doesn't do any good, so I'm not going to put it in. Now this is what holds the battery cover on, and it just kind of locks into place there. The battery cover is next, and there you have it, reassembled, and it should work. Yep. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe below, comment, tell me what you want me to do next, ask any questions you have, and I'll see you next time.